This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Flores versus Flores. You all have been together for 6 years, you're married, you have one child together, but this marriage is rocky because you believe Mr. Flores is cheating. Tell us why you've opened this case today.
Well, honestly, there were warning signs from the beginning when we started dating. We met at a wedding. He was macking on girls all over the wedding. I thought he was really good looking, but I kind of felt like he was maybe like a little bit of a gigolo, so I wasn't having it. But we became friends, and we were friends for a year, and we started dating. And, it was a bit rocky at first because I felt like, oh, what are these pictures I'm seeing on your Facebook of you and all these girls?
No, she's
She's
exaggerating.
There was tons of pictures of him and other women.
Insecurity.
It's not about being insecure.
All right, go ahead, Laura.
She thinks that you're cheating on her. What are you here to prove today?
I'm here to prove that I'm absolutely not.
Not see that.
Not cheating.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I want to be clear, you're not cheating.
Yeah. I know I know it sounds bad, what she's accusing me of, and it looks bad, but you will see that I'm innocent.
So you
We'll see about that.
Okay,
We'll see.
tell me why you think he's cheating.
We've been married now for 4 years, and I just found a shipping receipt that he sent some girl some sleepy stuff. I said, what the hell? He's sending a woman lingerie? He doesn't buy me anything. What is he doing? Shipping a woman, things like that.
Mr. Flores, why are you sending sleepy stuff in my world, bed stuff to another woman?
Okay, first off, I knew this woman before I knew her.
Okay. That's
So
not a good excuse, but go ahead.
Okay. So she's my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so I purchased these supplements like vitamins and to sleep better too and have more energy and everything. And what happened was pretty much I posted on on Facebook, I didn't like the sleepy pills, right? And then she messaged me, she's like, hey, I'll take them,
I bet.
So I was like, okay, well, what's your address? I'll mail them to you.
What is he concerned about some other woman sleeping? That he's probably sending her lingerie like he wants her to sleep tight,
And my question is, were these sleepy pills or were you sleeping with her?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mr. Cutler.
No. Like I said, I've been faithful the whole time.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
And they were just sleepy supplements.
Wait a minute, like this.
Yeah.
All right, do you have any other allegations of him cheating?
Absolutely. Fairly recently, he bought some XXX ultra pleasurable, ribbed condoms on Amazon. We're married. We don't use condoms. What the hell is he buying condoms on Amazon for? And actually, I have proof. I have the receipt right here.
Rob, would you please get that
Yes,
receipt,
John.
please?
Thank you.
Okay, so if you don't buy online things, you don't just get one or two, you get a bulk.
Right.
So why are you buying bulk condoms?
That's right.
Wait a minute, triple ribbed condoms.
That's right.
Box of 3.
See, he buys.
You only bought a box of 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you buying these? And your wife is saying you don't use these at all.
Right.
You're married.
Well, I just wanted to try something out that I've always wanted to try out, my whole life, and just have a new life experience, just to try them out and to pleasure her, actually.
That's baloney.
So
it's not for me, it's for her pleasure.
It's baloney. I don't need condoms for pleasure. I didn't marry him for nothing, let me tell you. I don't need those.
All right. So she's like, you don't need any extra.
That's what I'm saying.
Did he mention that he had bought these for you?
He did not tell me.
So the only way you found out
The only reason is
about
because I was snooping through his Amazon. Now, I don't care. He bought a resealable team set bag. Fine. I mean, he has a spending problem. Whatever. He bought an inhaler. I don't have a problem with that. Triple ribbed condoms. What is this?
So, Miss Flores, wait, hold on.
Go ahead, Laura.
I mean, his explanation makes sense to me that he is trying something different.
But
Most people like,
Thank you.
to try something different. They don't want the same thing all the time. He's trying something different.
Woman's pleasure,
What's wrong with
not
that?
the man's. I mean,
That's even better for you.
It's
Thank
not
you.
better for me. I don't need them. I'm good. I prefer them with that.
Color, they don't use condoms. So why is he buying them?
Exactly.
She just told you. These are for the woman's pleasure, as she said, right?
But I don't need. I'm good.
But again,
I'll
he's
stay
doing
there.
it. He's doing it for you. You don't buy that. You don't buy that. You
Not
don't
at
think-
all. Not at all.
Why didn't you tell her you were getting them?
It was a surprise, I bet.
Well, you surprise
Exactly.
me with flowers. You surprise me with chocolates. Don't surprise a woman with condoms.
That's a whole different kind of surprise right there. And you gotta wonder how long he had them and not used them.
Yes, yeah. Like what was the intent? What was the real intention behind
What
it?
was your
What was your intent?
My intent was to please her more, to make her more happy, and be a happier wife, and happier couple together. And
We'll
that's
see.
all.
That's
I don't,
all.
I don't
That's
buy
all,
it.
sir.
Did you buy these condoms for another woman? Because that's what she wants to know.
No.
That was a long pause.
No.
That was a long pause, Mr. Flores.
No.
Like he had to think about it. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I meant like, have I thought of using them on another woman? Like when I was single. That's what I meant.
No, come on, Mr. Flores.
All right, really? That's what you're
But I already
doing?
said that.
Right.
All right, that's not helping you at all, Mr. Flores.
You know, flowers are one thing, candy's another thing. You know, cooking for her, making steaks
That's
or
right.
ribs, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But rib condoms is something else.
That's right.
And you were really slow on that question. You sure you didn't buy these with some other woman in mind?
Yes, I'm sure.
You positive?
I'm positive, Your Honor.
All right, so here's what we need to know. I'm sure there are no other allegations of cheating.
As a matter of fact, there's a perfume incident. He came home after going out with his friend, and he smelled like perfume. And you know what he blamed it on? The car freshener. He said, say, I got some car fresheners right here.
All right.
This one doesn't smell like perfume. This one doesn't smell like perfume. Does anybody smell like this when they come home smelling like perfume? Unless you're trying to cover it up. Once you guys smell this, you tell me, would you want your wife smelling like
Please
this?
get those for us.
Well, you got, new car scent, you got evergreen. Woman's perfume when you go to
No,
the car
they don't
wash.
have woman's perfume at the car wash.
That's right. See, would you want to come home and just have your
Ron,
husband
take a
smelling
sniff.
like?
I really don't want to be a sniffer in this courtroom.
Yeah, it has a whole new meaning.
Well,
sniffer in our courtroom is a whole nother animal,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I understand. But I still want you to take a sniff, Ron.
none of these smell like a woman's perfume per se.
No, they don't, and there's no other woman scent up in here.
That's right.
No, these are just.
I don't wear
what you
perfume.
have to do is rub it on you to even
This
get
is-
the scent.
you
Did you
know,
rub these on you to
yeah.
get the scent?
I think because I went back to my car and
What happened was.
I may have brushed on my shirt or
Wow,
something.
yeah.
But none of these smell like a woman's perfume. They smell like car.
That's
they
right.
smell like what you put in a car,
That's
not a
right.
Okay,
woman.
well, that night we went out with my friend.
Where were you?
We were at a bar, just hanging out as guys hang out, and there was a couple women. They're just right next to us.
Yeah.
The whole time we were watching sports on TV, having beers, and one was like kind of like hugging me, like, yeah, congratulations, high five. But nothing like that, nothing more.
Hugging
nothing
you.
More.
This
She hugged
this
me.
is the first
She
time
hugged
you've
me.
heard
This is a
this?
hug and this is a hug.
What am I
Wait,
supposed- what am I
Miss
supposed to-
Flores, is this the first time you've heard this story?
Yes, it is.
So
Car
the plot
fresheners,
thickens.
yeah.
Well,
So if that's what happened, why didn't you say that first?
Yes.
because I didn't want her to flip out on me.
Instead, you just blame it on the car fresheners.
It's always best to be upfront about this. My father-in-law had an incident. He's at a grocery store. This woman comes up to him and says, hey, how you doing? Let me give you my name and my number. Call me. And so he's thinking it's somebody he knows. He can't place a face. He can't figure out where she's from and all that. The next day or so, he calls this woman and says, hey, I'm sorry, I just can't place where I know you. Are you from church? And she's like, no, we haven't met before. I just thought you were a nice man and thought I just want to take you out, to talk and have some coffee. He's like, well, ma'am, I really appreciate that, but I don't think my wife would really appreciate that. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, okay.
Hold on. So the lesson is, he couldn't control what she did, but he could control his response, and his response is, I got a wife.
That's right.
Step number one.
Okay, so that's step one.
Yeah. Then he goes home and tells his wife, my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law, sweet soul, she said, we should have told her to call me. I like coffee. I like talking.
So,
Step two, tell your wife what happened. There'll be
And
a lot
be
more
honest about it.
Be honest about it. You'll be a lot more
No.
a lot more understanding than you think.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's
I already
true.
did. That's all that happened.
I'm sure that there's nothing else
No,
in terms of cheating.
That's not actually true. He has a bunch of girls' numbers in his phone. He's a private baseball coach. He claims that they're clients, but you see, I help him with the business, and I don't know any of those women. They haven't bought packages. I've never spoken to them.
Well, they might have bought a package.
Well, they might have bought some package. That's it. That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Why have you become a switch hitter, man?
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, I haven't. Okay, let me tell you what's going on. Sometimes we're not like stuck at the hip. We're not glued at the hip. So sometimes I'll be out and a client will call me and she won't know about it, right? So, and then she digs through my phone and sees like a client, a woman, a mother.
Well, why don't you tell me that a client called
Do the
you and
clients
wanted
feel
to
like
buy
air
something?
freshener?
I don't know. And then the other thing is, sometimes I deliver food, like, for side money, right? And then every once in a while you have to text the customer, like, come outside, or
You don't need to
things
save
like that.
those numbers in your phone.
And actually, you kind of do just in
No,
case
you don't.
for work.
No, you don't.
And then so
how would
she
you
reads
like it?
them. They're, just numbers. They don't have a name to it. And then, like, she'll read, come outside.
Right.
And that
Thanks.
does sound a little like
How would
I'm
you
cheating.
like it if you
okay,
found those
but-
my phone
but
numbers?
It does.
But it's
How about your
related
guys'
to you
numbers on my
delivering food.
Exactly.
Like that
It's
person
just-
needs to come out their apartment or the hotel.
That's all.
And you've
that's it.
explained this to her?
I've tried to, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, how would he feel if you see a bunch of guys' numbers on my phone? Like, it hurts, it just feels like you're being dishonest and, you're really just not being 100%.
So I gotta ask you, how would you feel if your wife had messages on her phone? Come outside, come inside, come up here. How would you feel?
He gets messages from girls on Facebook asking him
If
to
she
come over.
delivered food, like I do on the side, whatever, I would understand. So it wouldn't be
But
that
you
big of
don't
a deal.
ask somebody to come inside if you're delivering food to them.
Yeah.
No, I just say come outside.
yeah.
Your food's here.
You said come
I don't go
outside.
inside.
What kind
You
of,
don't-
yeah.
I don't go inside.
And Ms. Flores, you don't buy this at all?
I don't buy it. What if he comes home with a big tip? Now you wonder how he got it, right? I'm just saying.
Well.
Well, I hope he doesn't get it or give it.
All right.
I think we have enough evidence. And here's what we're looking at. We've got him sending sleep supplements to some other woman. We've got him purchasing condoms, which you all don't use condoms. We've got the coming home smelling like perfume. He says it's an air freshener from the car. And we have girls' phone numbers in his phone.
Yep.
With different messages that you don't think are just innocent.
Absolutely.
And because of all that, you believe he's cheating. And if he is cheating,
If he's cheating, I'm out of here.
You're done.
Me and the baby are gone. He's out. Me and the baby are moving.
so this marriage is on the line.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Flores, you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Well, because of this court has done a complete investigation. At this time, the court will call licensed polygraph examiner Tommy Platt to determine, is he cheating? Woo!
Tommy Platt.
How are you, Mr. Platt?
Wonderful, Your Honors.
Good. Would you please state your credentials for the court record and for the litigants?
Yes, ma'am. I have 30 years experience in the United States military and as a police officer. I've been a licensed polygraph examiner for over 10 years and conducted nearly 3,000 examinations.
All right, so this is not your first time.
No, ma'am.
All right. So you asked Mr. Flores, did you purchase the condoms Ms. Flores found on your online account to have sexual intercourse with a woman other than your wife? What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
All right, great. That's just one. That's just one. Good. All right. Good.
You asked Mr. Flores, did you have physical sexual contact with a woman other than your wife when you came home smelling like perfume? What was his response to that question?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
All right. Well, that's just two. Not bad.
You asked Mr. Flores, since you have been in a relationship with Ms. Flores, have you had physical sexual contact with any woman other than Ms. Flores? What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was telling the truth.
I told you.
All right. Mr. Flores. You're like,
Seriously.
well, Mr. Flores, you said it looked bad,
Yes.
but it wasn't. And I'm so glad that was true. Miss Flores, what you got to say to this man? This
I love
truthful
you.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For being honest and faithful.
All right, Miss Flores, let's talk.
Yeah, let's talk.
Woman to woman. If you go looking, you go find.
That's right.
And I would say to you, you just need to know that he's doing things to support your family and make your life better, okay?
All right, thank you.
The flip side of that is because you are a very outgoing person and very friendly, you're gonna have to maybe take some extra steps to reassure her that, hey, I'm just being me, but there's nobody else that I want to be with but you.
Yep.
So you have to take those extra steps to do that.
Awesome. Thank you.
As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a great, happy, and healthy relationship. Court is adjourned.